Built into every Macintosh computer is a lovely little utility, and it's free. It's called a digital color meter. Yeah. You're going to go into your applications folder, and then inside there, you're going to go to your utilities folder, right? Oh, there's my TurboTax. Don't be looking at that. You don't want to see that. Okay, there's your utilities folder. Open up your utilities folder, and guess what you're going to find in there? You're going to find a digital color meter app. Yeah, it's free. And guess what? It works great for helping you find out if your color is correct or not. Let's take a look at it. All right, I'm going to launch my digital color meter app. Here's what you gotta need to know about it. You need to first of all figure out what your color space is that you're going to be working in. Now, we've talked a little bit about this before, and the color space for most photographers, particularly hybrid photographers, is going to be the sRGB color space. sRGB, that stands for standard red, green, and blue. Now, of course, you've got other choices, and if you're a fine art photographer and you're printing your own inkjet material print from your own big, beautiful files, then heaven forbid, do not use sRGB. That's a big mistake. Use Adobe RGB, right? And that's one of the cool parts about being in Seattle. So we've got lots of real photographers up here, right? That know exactly what they're doing. Now, some folks that want to work in spaces that don't really exist, but like computer guys that are into Linux and stuff, right? They can do crazy things that we Windows and Macintosh guys can't do. Well, LAB, that's another choice there too. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to set this to display in sRGB values. Then we're going to have the ability to take the cursor, right? See my little cursor here? The little pointer piece. Wherever I point that, it's going to read what this color is, right? So watch this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the aperture size a little larger. That way it's going to be a little easier. And just for fun, what do you think the gray desktop on my desktop is? What do you think? Do you think it's neutral? Let's go check it. Well, let's measure it. Oh, what do you know? When my little pointer goes down here on that space, it says, hey, Will, guess what? The red value is 95, the green is 95, and the blue is 95. Well, that means I have a neutral gray. Could not be any more neutral, not the slightest. Well, what about the white that's over here? Is it neutral? What do you know? 255, sure, it's neutral too. Well, this right here, is that neutral? This here, it looks grayish blue. Oh, it is blue. Yeah, it is. It is blue. Look. The red is 243, the green is 246, the blue is 250. So we got ourselves a little bit of a problem. So, well, what about if we go into the color checker chart that I shot at the break time, okay? And let me get it open right over here. Here we go. I've got a bunch of JPEGs that I shot, of course not raw files, JPEGs. We don't want to do this with a raw file because a raw file, in fact, isn't really a photograph until we convert it. So we're going to use JPEGs for testing when it comes to things like lights. All right, let's go ahead and open this in Photoshop. And I have Photoshop to work in sRGB, nothing else, just sRGB. And it doesn't matter if it's in focus or out of focus. In fact, it's actually better if it's out of focus. You'll find on the color checker chart here, on the left side, we've got white, got light gray, darker gray, middle gray, darker gray, black. Terrific. You know what? Let's pop up our digital color meter and let's see what we really have, shall we? Let's take a look. Well, what do you know? That light that I used here has a white value of 236, 236, 238. That means blue is only 2 points higher. That doesn't bother me. Anything greater than 3 points is of note. Anything 5 points or greater is an issue. Now remember, this is just a free utility. I've got, oops, sorry about that. I've got 218, 217, 224. So my blue is a little high. You know what that tells me? That tells me that I had my color temperature on my camera set a little bit too low. If I would have changed my color temperature, and in fact, let me pop it up and see what it is. My color temperature is set to 6,300K, and it shouldn't have been. It should have been set right back down to, 5,900K, and we would have been fine with that. But let's take a look. We're looking for big old green problems. We don't see any green problems. If this light was green, we would see green would be a much higher number, wouldn't we? Yeah, we don't see any problems there. We're not bad at all. That's good. Look at that.